Blessed is a man that walketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the law, and in this law that say, I did sunrise and sundown. Him I go here like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in his season. Him leaf never I go wither, and whatsoever him doeth shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now, they saw them there like a chaff with the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon judgment of the sin among them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God Jah love the way of the righteous and the way of the sin among them always and always. I will perish. The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not wander. He maketh I lie down in the green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I can't fear no evil, for thy rod and thy staff, them comforted I and I. Uno prepare a table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head with uno oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I Ivan. May I go dwell in the house of the Lord God Jah. Kadama we gromabe tela e. Exact beer. Tanda istalin. Abba shante. 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 Tela e. And I give thanks. And I give thanks. And I give thanks. Our mouse of Bolisa. I don't know what to. It was a sickle for. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rastaman. In every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous, super nutritious cooking. Ingredients of so many different kinds of sizes, shapes, and of course colors, including different aromas and even flavors. Put aside all these differences and relocate into the black pot so they can be subjected to some amount of heating. And by so doing, some sumptuousness is achieved, some quality food. Now the food does not even benefit the black pot, neither does it benefit the ingredients, it benefits us the eaters. Yet every time, the collaborative effort between the black pot and the ingredients never ceases. They come together every time. They come together every time, produce food every time, even though they don't partake in the eating. This is the same philosophy we are preaching. Can we be selfless enough to produce for the next generation and generations to come without really thinking about, oh, how will this benefit us now? Can we be that generational thinker? We must be that tree planting generation, where we know we are planting the seedlings today. We might not live long enough to benefit from the shades of the trees. But does it really matter? After all, our children's children will come and benefit from that shade and the fruits of the wonderful tree that we planted today. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we don't criticize. We are only looking at changing the mindset of the average African, beginning with the average Ghanaian. Here, I say we don't criticize. But if you hear us criticizing, then we are only criticizing to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. Oh, it is our prerogative to come to you every day, knocking on your doors, bringing nothing but patriotism on the table. Here we don't do politics. What we talk about is patriotism. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo. And we are live on Pan-African TV, Africa's only Pan-African TV. We are also live on Loud Silence TV, and we are seen across the whole globe via the power of satellite. We are also on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is called the Blakk Empire Media. Yes, Blakk Empire Media. And our Blakk is B-L-A-K-K. Remember to also click on the notification button so you'll see our broadcast every time it comes up. Remember, our numbers are also scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. It's time for action. This is the Blackport, aka Kuku Shodomo, where we speak truth to power. And there's a new app. It's called Is It? And Is It stands for in spirit and in truth. It is social media, brand new social media, made right here in Africa, specifically Ghana. That is so positive. Are you tired of social media bringing you nothing but negativity? Yes, social media is important, but depending on how you use it and what you see, it could be utterly negative. That is why Is It is here in spirit and in truth. It is that app of social media that will give you the chance to make video calls, normal calls, messaging, and so on and so forth. You do business and meet people of like minds, because 24 hours a day is being checked to find out what kind of negativity is going on. It is not going to be given the chance to even appear on the app. And we have the magic of doing that using powerful algorithms and more. It is It in spirit and in truth. That is the one for you. And it's available on App Store and Google Play. Check it out and watch the magic it does. This is the Blackport, aka Kuku Shodomo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Now, the very first thing we are looking at today is rolling on your screen. Looks like we're going to the church. Oh, yes. Nigel Gaisie goes to court furious. Who is Prophet Nigel Gaisie? This is the man of God. Very handsome man. He has his church. It's called the Prophetic Hill Chapel. It used to be called True Word Prophetic Fire Ministry. He rebranded and moved to a different place. It's now called the PHC, Prophetic Hill Chapel. He's giving us some of the wildest prophecies in this country. And on top, on the ladder, is the prophecy he gave to us about our bubbly singer who everybody loved, Ebony. He prophesied about the death of this young lady, and it came to pass. From that time, he's been in the public eye for so many different controversies and some other such things. But he has been unwavering in his ministry. He continues to move on and on and on and on. I have a personal relationship with Prophet Nigel Gaisie. And we talked about what happened to him a few years back. A young man came into his church after an interview on radio. And this young man is a broadcast journalist. After the interview, they became friends. The young man claimed that he introduced his girlfriend, in fact, his fiancée, who he was going to get married to the prophet. And the prophet went behind him and started dating this girl. And their relationship crashed. Now, it pained the young broadcaster because he had introduced his girlfriend to his spiritual father, his godfather, and told him how much the lady has been of so much help to him, including buying him a car and also renting a whole apartment for him at the time that he had just arrived in the capital to start his broadcast journalism. He felt betrayed. Well, some of us heard the story, but we never gave it any mileage until a few days ago when the young man came and opened up and told the whole story. Prophet Nigel Gaisie is angry. He is furious. Why is he furious? Watch this. Prophet Nigel Gaisie sues Nana Romeo over sex allegation. Please come here. Follow me. Watch this. Prophet Nigel Gaisie has filed a suit at the High Court of Justice Amasaman against Abdul Karim, popularly known as Nana Romeo, for making sexual allegations against him. In a writ, the pastor shared on his Facebook page on April 5, 2023, which the statement of claim was not attached. The defendant is to enter an appearance within 8 days after service. The caption read, "No long talk this time. If you say or write, reproduce any silly or false stuff about me, I will test the law. Enough of the falsehoods against my person and ministry. The prophetic and prophets in Ghana will never go down. The agents of darkness will be put at their right places," he added. Meanwhile, one Stacey Amwatin has been added to the suit. It is unclear who the individual is and the role the said individual played in the sex allegation. Hold it there. Now, Stacey Amwatin was the one who granted the interview. I'm surprised that anybody in Ghana might not know Stacey Amwatin because she's a public figure and, you know, somebody of so much respect. She was on Music. And she's the wife of a very popular hip life artist, Ochami Kofi. She hosts a program on TV that talks about religion and, you know, lifestyle. So she was the one who interviewed Nana Romeo on her show. So that's who Stacey Amwatin is. So she has been joined to the suit. Next page. Watch this. What does it say? It says, what Nana Romeo said about Nigel Gaisie. Dash it away. Now, Nana Romeo said what I told you earlier. He introduced his fiancée to his godfather. He is a Muslim. But he says that anywhere the name of God is mentioned, he belongs there as well. I met him in church. And he came to sit close to me and introduce himself to me. I had met him earlier in Obuasi several years back, where he was a struggling broadcast journalist like any one of us before we came to the capital. I told him that he had a very bright future after we had an interview, and he asked me to help him get out of the area and come to the capital. Well, I couldn't help him, but I was so glad that he was able to make it himself years later, and he represented right here and is doing quite well. Now, he said that Prophet Nigel Gaisie slept with his girlfriend. And it was all because of what he told the prophet and what he was enjoying from the girl. That made Prophet Nigel Gaisie greedy. And now that relationship is gone. Come here. Now, we have talked about this already, and I just want to reiterate that men of God have their responsibility to their congregation. The congregation also has a responsibility to men and women of God. Listen, it is very sad, if it is true, that you would introduce your girlfriend to your godfather and he turns around to sleep with that girlfriend. It's most unfortunate, and it's an irresponsible way of leading the flock to the house of God. If this thing comes out to be true, then it is utterly very, very sad and painful. But the good thing here is that this is not a woman for Nana Romeo. If the lady truly loved you, I am not sure any man's begging and enticement would allow her to open her legs. For what? From what you said. This is a self-made woman. She can buy you a car, rent a house for you. So I'm not sure she went in there to take money. She went there for some other things except material things. Forget that it's Prophet Nigel Gaisie. It could have been any other person. If a woman at this early age is able to prove to you that she can fall for anything, then you have to start praising God and thanking God that this is not your woman. Move ahead, move on, and be able to stand firm one more time. Nana Romeo is somebody who is quite known. He might not be as popular as some of us who have been here years before he came. He's somebody who is smart. You know why? This is a man who can host so many different shows on radio. He speaks French fluently. He speaks English fluently. He speaks Twi fluently, and some other languages like that. Nana Romeo is a broadcaster of quality, and he's been able to rise within the short time that he came to Accra. I am sure he can put this behind him and move on. If I were him, I would be jubilating that somebody that I claimed was going to be my wife was actually not worthy of that title wife, at least for me. Where is that lady? Is she still with Prophet Nigel Gaisie? Or she's been dumped? Or she has dumped him too and moved on to the next casualty? Let's think about some of these things. Rather than sitting back and brooding that, oh, if Nigel Gaisie had not come my way, this lady would have still been with me. Be careful. Maybe it could have been your own blood brother. Maybe it could have been your own colleague at work. It's good that it happened, so you get to know that, no, this is not your woman. I always tell anybody that I meet who cares to hear, if I ever dated any woman in the past and she showed me this kind of callous, I'll be thankful and say, go away. It's almost like going to see your woman sleeping with another person. Why would I be angry? I might be shocked and say, oh, I didn't expect this would happen. But I have to thank my stars that this came to the light rather than hiding and biting me and killing me. Lethal biting. Think about it. Nana Romeo, well, the matter is in court. Was it worth it? Was it worthy of going to court? Well, Prophet Nigel Gaisie has made it clear. He said that enough of the lies, enough of the falsehoods. Now, anybody who says anything against him and his ministry, he would go to court. Many people would ask, why did he not take Kennedy Japan to court after all those damning allegations against him? Well, he says now the cup is full. Anyone who talks ill of him and is false, he will go to court. I think I like it like that. In the past, probably he will bring a bottle of oil and pour and curse you. Now he says he's going to test the course. I think that we should all do that. If anybody says anything against us, instead of going personally to visit them with harm, the courts are there. And I hope and pray that some of these judges will not take goats and then divert the course of justice. This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushulemo, where we speak truth to power. To Prophet Nigel Gaisie, thanks so much. We are happy that we are in court. But has Nana Romeo received this writ? Is he going to court? Watch it. I saw it. And I laughed. That's what he said. I saw it. And I laughed. Nana Romeo's first post after Nigel Gaisie lawsuit. Let's read it. Let's read it. Standing at an unknown location, resting his arm on a table while he holds a paper with both hands. Nana Romeo, who is clad in a t-shirt and shorts and a baseball cap to match, smiles ear to ear. This is the image the bearded radio presenter who works with Accra FM shared on his Facebook page Wednesday afternoon. The caption read, I saw it and I laughed like Bill Gates' son. Nana Romeo is very active on social media, and those who have followed him know him for his consistency in sharing photographs and videos of himself with or without captions. The recent post was his first after Prophet Nigel Gaisie sued him on April 5, 2023 for accusing him, Nigel, of having an affair with his, that's Romeo's girlfriend, years ago. Wow. Wow. Since the suit went viral on social media, netizens have been commenting, with some anticipating a response from the media personality. But this is what he posted. Dash this away. Listen. That's him holding something that looks like the ring, smiling cheek to cheek, ear to ear. I saw it and I laughed. Several emojis of the laughing man, like Bill Gates' son. I hope that this ends peacefully, and I hope that they will be able to find a certain amount of justice for themselves. May the one who holds the truth win. This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodomo, where we speak truth to power. Dash it away and bring me the next thing. Next thing. What does it say? Watch it. AXIM GALAMSEY gangster in more trouble. AXIM GALAMSEY gangster in more terror. AXIM GALAMSEY gangster in more terror. Wow. GALAMSEY is not well spelled. Bring an S between the A and the E. And that is GALAMSEY. When we talk about GALAMSEY, what are we talking about? Illegal mining. Illegal mining. This is the new face of GALAMSEY in Ghana. He has come to replace Aisha Huang. Much as we all said Aisha Huang was a terrorist, having heard allegations of murder in GALAMSEY pits and abuse, this guy here seems to be eagerly trying to take away the post of Aisha Huang. Why are we saying this? Look at our caption. AXIM GALAMSEY gangster in more terror. What is terror? To visit people with what? Fear. Fright is to terrorize them. Is he a terrorist? Look at a policeman kneeling down before him, begging him and apologizing to him to free him and spare his life. We all saw that video that went viral. And that's him standing there. Yes, dressed almost like Anas Admiral Anas without the veil in front of his face. This guy is called Kwame Eni. Hey, new information is coming out about this GALAMSEY gangster who claims he's a police informant and that he's not a thief, neither is he an armed robber. Let's check it out from the news reel and let's keep it real. Gangsterism, terrorism, and rape. Reported lifestyle of 22-year-old GALAMSEY gang leader. So do you see that our headline is justified? There is gangster in the gang leader. There is terror in the terrorism. There is gangster in the gangsterism. There is rape in the terror. And this is the life of a 22-year-old. You haven't seen anything yet. Come here. Watch me. Kwame Ato Asari Eni is the name currently dominating the media space in Ghana, following events around a viral video in which he and a group of men were captured in a heated confrontation with some police officers. The police have since labeled him as the leader of a criminal group and has put him on a wanted list, even though Eni, speaking to some media houses from a hideout, has denied the allegation. The Western regional correspondent for Despite Media said Mante visited Gwira, Kwakukrom, where the 22-year-old resides, and has provided a report about Eni as told by residents of the town to him. According to his report, Kwame Asari is a known leader of a gang whose main occupation is terrorizing residents and members of the community, especially small-scale miners. You haven't heard anything yet. As corroborated by Eni in his engagement with the media, his gang goes about collecting monies from owners of GALAMSEY sites on behalf of the police. And GALAMSEY, remember, is illegal mining. It is a certain canker that is eating up the very fiber of this nation. While the residents confirmed Eni's association with the police in the area, the report by St. Mante further painted a picture of the ruthless terrorism perpetrated by Eni and his gang. When we got to town, the residents inquired from us whether we are police officers or not. They were not going to speak to us if we are police, because even when they report Ato and his gang to the police for any crime, their details are later given out to him by the police, and he comes to attack and threaten them with guns and machetes, the reporter said. So when you even report him to the police will tell him, oh, this person, that person in your area reported you to us, and this was what he said. This was what this person said. This was what she said. And he will get back to them untouched, unscratched, unscattered. And will go straight and attack them, those who reported them. So now they don't even want to talk to the police about him. But watch this. Any in his attempt to claim innocence on the police allegations of leading a robbery gang claim that he has no need to engage in crime as he is gainfully employed. But the residents of Kwakukrum disagreed. Now, I asked if he is from the town and what work he does. I was told he is indeed from the town, and his father is the Asafwache of the town. Asafwache is a sub-chief. Right? He is not gainfully employed, but has rather formed a gang in the town. The residents confirmed his claim that he was indeed working with the police in the area. His gang goes from one Galamsey site to another. If they come to you and you don't hand over your money or gold, listen to what they do. You will have trouble with them. And this is not all. His work is that he visits the Galamsey sites to make demands, including asking for your mined gold. And when you refuse, he can shoot you or butcher you. Murder. So whenever he returns, he comes back with a stash of cash and gold, the reporter stated. Beyond terrorizing illegal miners, Kwame Eni is also said to have engaged in various criminal activities, including rape and assault. Kwame Asari took his wife's younger sister, a 13-year-old in class 6, on a motorbike to the outskirts of town, where he raped the girl at gunpoint. His wife's younger sister, 13 years. I was shown the hospital report. When he was reported to the police later revealed details of the case and the identity of the complainant to him, and he went ahead to threaten the grandmother of the girl. There was once a funeral in town where Kwame Ato went and seized people's mobile phones and shot someone in the back of his head. He also butchered someone who is now unable to stretch his arm, the reporter stated. Dash it away. Follow me here. Hear this. This is a terrible gangster. I was getting too emotional, so I decided to dash it away. Hear me. 22-year-old. He doesn't have any education. He owns an 86-room hotel. The government of Ghana, Ambassador Hotel, how many rooms are in there? The biggest hotels in Ghana, how many rooms do they have? A 22-year-old, unemployed, owns a hotel that has 86 rooms in his hometown. He has built an access road, fully asphalted, from his hotel and his home all the way to the main access road. He rapes, he kills, he butchers. He's a 22-year-old guy. His father is the Asafwache. Everybody is scared of him. You can't touch him. And he works with the police, taking bribe and giving police money, as we saw in the video. And the police couldn't deny that. We take money, we give you some. Why are you coming to terrorize us? He has his own gang, ready with guns to fire. When the police raided his house, they found guns, ammunition, and some other such things, including machetes, sharpened at both sides, ready for action. This is the terror we have here. His own wife's 13-year-old sister, and the wife cannot cough. My brother, why are we aiding and abetting crime? Now, this matter has been sent to the police. And well-meaning Ghanaian people have said the police is not fit to investigate this. After all, the police is an interested party. You have been accused of taking bribe from a so-called informant. You chased him all the way, and on tape, this was what he said. You knelt down and begged him for mercy. What is happening to us? Who is going to investigate this issue? Remember, in the Parliament House, we were told by no mean person than the majority speaker in Parliament that what? A certain rich man had come trying to bribe members of Parliament to vote in support of somebody. Up till now, that case is quiet. What a silly country. We have no respect for our indigents. We are all behaving dumb and evil. We all saw soldiers go all the way to Ashaiman, brutalize the citizens, the indigents of Ashaiman. They arrested 184 or so people, carried them away. When the police finally investigated, they arrested 6 people who were directly connected to the case. None of them came out of the 100 and something people they rounded up. The army rounded up, the military. They said there will be an investigation. A few days later, the PRO of the Ghana Armed Forces came out to clap for the soldiers, that they did well by going there. After all, people were calling them to commend them, that they had done so well and that they should come there and beat the people up again. What a country. Is this the country you want to live in? Is that the country you want to live in? Are you crazy? Is this the country you want to live in? We take you to school to train you. For you to come and protect us, now we become your target. You are beating us and killing us. Ghana police is one of the best in the whole of Africa. But some bad nuts have gone in there messing up the whole institution. Our soldiers are one of the most behaved, well-behaved. Unfortunately, some bad nuts in there and bad leaders, bad superiors are also messing this up. They have guns, so they think that they are God. In the days of the so-called revolution, when Rawlings and his demons were in power, nobody could speak like this. They will catch you up and go and shave you with broken bottles and blunt cutlasses and beat the hell out of you. Such a crazy country. Thank God there is democracy right now, at least to some extent. There's freedom of speech. We are able to say some of these things now. The country must get better. Our children and children's children must inherit a better country than what we inherited. And they cannot inherit that if we continue with this foolishness of Galamsey. Doesn't common sense tell you that the environment that you are destroying, you are hurting yourself and hurting the generation? Doesn't common sense tell you that anytime you take a bribe, you are taking money that does not represent the masses? It selfishly comes to you. My brother, my sister, Chinese Aisha Wang was here, stealing from us, cheap people, shooting us and killing us, as alleged. Today, Ghanaian lawyers are those who are fighting to free her. After all, it's all about the money and the stomach. They are not thinking about the nation as a whole. I'm waiting to hear those lawyers say, we are going to the court rather to tell the court that they should jail this woman, rather than defend them and say they are innocent, when they themselves know that they are not innocent. This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Koko Shonamo. When we return, we got more. Hey! Wayo! This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Show, where we speak truth to power. We are live on Pan-African TV, also live on Loud Silence TV. We are super live on our own TV, Black Empire TV. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's called Black Empire Media. As you can see on your screen, Black Empire Media, our YouTube page. We are also on social media, all over social media. Apart from YouTube, you can find us on Twitter. We are also on Facebook. We are super live on Instagram. You can find us there. We would like you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is called Black Empire Media. Remember to click on the notification button so that every time you will certainly hear from us when we broadcast our messages. This is the Blakk Pot, and here we seek to rewire the mindsets of our people, the African people. When the mindset is right, every other thing will be righted. Come here. Come here. Is it's a new app built right here in Africa, specifically Ghana. Oh, and it's home in America. Listen, it does everything any good social media network would do. You can message, you can do video calls, and you can also, just do voice calls. You can do almost everything. Listen, messaging is so easy. It is on App Store and Google Play. Make sure you pick it up. But how different is it? Even the name is in spirit and in truth. No negativity is encouraged here. Once you put up anything negative, the algorithms will pick up these things and you will think you've posted something. Nobody will see it. It is supposed to be a place where positive people meet. Yes, you won't see nakedness. You are not going to see anything that is untoward. In fact, things that society frown on, you will never see here. So who decides what is good for society? It is the laws we have, the scriptures we have, and our upbringing in the traditional African homes and beyond. That is what we look at. We are not looking at what other people are doing in their countries and their standards. We are going by the African standards, and we are going by our own traditions and energy and spirit. That is the network. That is the app that represents you. Is it? In spirit and in truth. It's our app. We make connections faster and easier and more positive. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Show, where we speak truth to power. Next! Watch it. It's rolling. And this is interesting. Mystery pregnancies in Ghana. Oh my God. Do you remember that a couple of years back in Bongo, where Manasseh Awini Azure comes from? In fact, the MCE of the area said that there was some mysterious water that was making the young girls in the area very libidinous. Should I calm down? It was making them feel horny. Anytime you drank the water, you felt like having sex. So you will go around giving yourself to men, and they will also be hammering. And it was getting them pregnant. But when researchers came down and went into the chemical nature of the water, they realized that it was nothing but polluted water. Polluted water. And there was nothing in the water that was making people libidinous. It would have been one of the biggest tourist attractions in the world if it was true. People would have come from Japan. Chinese people would come to drink the water and get horny all of a sudden. Do you know how many women cannot be horny? Do you know how many women can never be driven towards sex? It's a defect. So if we have water in Bongo, we don't have cocoa, we don't have gold. We don't have diamond, but the water alone, it will be better than the gold and the diamond all combined. Unfortunately, you know what was making the water very, very turbid and bad like that? It was Galamsey. Galamsey in the area. They had also found some areas where they could find some gold. So they were digging and destroying and blasting the land. and the water was polluted. You know what it did? You know what it contained? You know what it contained? It contained chemicals that made them sick. And those chemicals, my brother, my sister, were supposed to give them extra teeth, like calcium. High levels of calcium. Chlorine. And MCE, ignorant MCE, said, yeah, it makes them horny. So the girls are all getting pregnant. And everybody was shocked. How can water make you very sexy and very libidinous? But today we are hearing some other pregnancy stories that are breaking our hearts. Watch this. Sex for sanitary parts. The cause of teenage pregnancy in Ahafo Ano. Oh, Jesus. And this is from the Ghana Health Service. It's not from an ignorant MCE. This is from the Ghana Health Service. Come here. The health director at the Ahafo Ano Southwest District of the Ashanti region, Dr. Ruben Bezira, has disclosed that some teenagers in the district got pregnant for chasing over a 20 Ghana cedi sanitary pad. They were chasing over 20 cedis, money for sanitary pads. According to him, most of the teenagers who reported to health facilities in the district after interrogations disclosed that they succumbed to proposals from men in order to get money for sanitary pads during their menstrual period. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God, have mercy. Dr. Bezra disclosed this on the Kumasi-based OTEC 102.9 FM's morning show in Yansapo on Tuesday, April 4, 2023, hosted by Captain Koda. While the causes of teenage pregnancies in the area are many, one of the problems which ran through almost all victims was poverty. Most of the teenagers who confided in us said they were forced into bed after the men provided them with sanitary pads for a period of time. Dash it away. So we live in a country where politicians have several iPads they do not even know how to operate. But the girls have no sanitary pads. Which one is more of a necessity? When you go to some villages, they still use ntumago, aka rag. And they wash the rag after everything and dry it for fresh sun and fresh air. When it's time again, they pick it up, iron it nicely, and pad it in there. Oh, Jesus, have mercy. There are some girls who will not go to school, all because they are in their periods. What are they going to use? Nothing, so they prefer staying at home. And men take advantage of this. Give money to them, go buy parts, and then they sleep with them. At the end of the day, they get them pregnant. Is this a nation you can be proud of? Come here. Is this a nation that should be building a cathedral rather than opening a factory that can produce sanitary pads? We are opening factories that are rather not existent. It hurts me. 2 days ago, I was reading about Chinese people coming in to invest in a new sugar factory. The only sugar factory we ever had in this country was put up by the Osagifo, Kwame Nkrumah. And that sugar factory, former President Mahama tried to revive it. He went for millions of dollars on loan from the Indian government. It became a white elephant. He also did it so he could win elections. And Ghanaians said, nothing will save you. They voted him out. So everybody abandoned it. They didn't even have the raw materials to feed that factory. Rats and lizards made it their newest hotel. They were all running in there, having sex night and day, and producing more lizards and cockroaches. Dogs use it as their hotels where they practice their style, doggy style. My brother, my sister, that thing, this dirty government in power said it was going to revive it. They gave 3 different dates to start it afresh. They failed. They are a lying government. They never speak the truth. And every liar is a son of the devil. These are children of the devil in power, including Nana Akufo-Addo and his cohorts. Today, you can go and take a loan and blow it away on a factory that is supposed to produce sugar for us. You misuse the loan. Now a Chinese company is coming to start sugar production. Please, we need a factory that can produce sanitary pads. Our children need it. We are tired of ego-filled politicians who lie to us night and day, own several iPads that they don't even know how to operate. Yet the sanitary pad that the young teenage girl needs is a war. Are you not ashamed? 21st century. This is the legacy you are bequeathing to your generation. No sanitary pads. They should go back to the days of rags. They should sit at home when they are in their menstrual period. They soon forgot that Agri told them, when you educate a man, educate an individual. But when you educate a woman, you educate a whole nation. When we return, we have more. Hey! Wayo!
Blackpot, Coco Show, man.
This is the Black Pot, aka Coco Show. Yes, we are not lazy. We are just unemployed. Graduates in South Africa crying for employment. Yes, I just heard in the news in Ghana that the surest way of becoming unemployed is to go to university in Ghana. My God, what is happening? What is happening? Now, when you do that, you are going to throw so many people into crime like Kwame Eni. When you do that, you are going to churn out a generation of irresponsible people. Employment is very important. What happened to the one district, one factory? What happened to the lying government of Nana Akufo-Addo that said that they would provide so much jobs that Ghanaians will be so fed up they would have to go to Afghanistan and bring people to come and work here? Mr. President, anytime you listen to some of these things that we said in the past, are you not ashamed? Are you not ashamed? People go to the university and come out, and their biggest mistake is that they decided to go to the university because they are going to be unemployed. What a shame. Come here. We have a new channel, and it's known as the African History Class. African is spelled A-F-R-E-E-K-A-N. History class is K-L-A-S-S. Please subscribe to that channel. It is 100% history. We are doing everything we can to educate our people and rewire the mindset. This one is a lifestyle channel. That one, the African History Class, is history that they will never bring to you. We research deep and bring deep information. We don't sleep. We work hard. We'll be glad if you can support us. Do business with us. Call us and let's do business. Africa will grow like that. Fruit du apa, yeah, fruit du apa. Next story is coming up. Kaya Jeme. What does it say? Pentecost Church whips Nana Addo in line. If you are getting out of line, you are whipped back in line. That's what the Pentecost Church is doing. Bring up the story. This is the man talking. Right Reverend Dr. Gordon Kise. We stand by our position on LGBTQI. Pentecost Council, and this was published on the 5th of April, yesterday, 2023. And the interesting thing is this. This Pentecost Church is unequivocally telling the whole Ghana that this is where we stand. Despite all the pressure. The first vice president of the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, GPCC, Right Reverend Dr. Gordon Kise, has reiterated that the council will not change its position on homosexuality, even in the face of crisis. Wow. He firmly stated that the council was against LGBTQI practices in Ghana and therefore will not condone it in any way. He said they will continue to stand by faith since God, whom they trust and believe in, will deliver them in any crisis. We are not neutral. We are not undecided. We know our Redeemer lives and we know that he holds the powers of the world. So we will not deny our God in the face of crisis. And this one is from the Graphic Online. Graphic Online. Graphic Online. And that is the national communicator. Dash it away. Now listen. If you don't stand for anything, then you will fall for everything. Kamala Harris was in the country, Vice President of America. And she made it clear. I stand by the laws of America. We stand for human rights. We stand for gay rights. And nothing will change this position. And our dirty-minded president, unpatriotic president, sat down there. And he couldn't tell or call the bluff of the Vice President of America to tell her that, yes, we also have our laws in Ghana here. And we stand by our laws. We stand by human rights. But in our country, we don't stand by gay rights. No. We don't see that as fundamental human rights. He couldn't. Because he was so ashamed of his laws. What he said was that, oh, Parliament is debating it. When they even pass it, it will still have to come to my table. Such an arrogant old man with no common sense. It hurts me. An arrogant old man with a dwarfed mind. How can you arrogantly talk like this? What's wrong with you? Oh, let the parliament of 276 people or so, let them do the thing. Forget about them. They will all bring it to my table. That's what he said. So the parliament is a rubber stamp of the executive. Such an arrogant old man. He's the worst human, that's if he's human at all, that this nation has ever had as president. I believe that is an ET, honestly. I don't think this president is human. He's an ET. You know what ET is? Extraterrestrial human being. Those who live on Mars and live on Venus and all that, that's what he is. Because his activities are not human. You can't be building a cathedral when girls need sanitary. You cannot be building those things. My brother, my sister, when nothing is actually happening. You build factories, we check out and we don't see the factories. What the heck is happening? Mr. President, we thank you for destroying this nation, but enough is enough. Leave us in peace so we can rebuild. Dash it away and bring me the last element. This one will last Just 2 minutes. Being responsible, is it for Ghana? Can we ever be responsible in this country? Go to our inner cities, the zongos, the ghettos, illegal connection for water and electricity. Don't build here. That is where they will put story buildings up. Don't build on water courses. Hey, that is the best place for fresh air. They will build. Don't throw things in gutter. Hey, what? Throw them there. Everything we are asked not to do, we do. Irresponsibly. And we think it's the Zongos alone because it's overpopulated and cramped up. What a dirty mindset. Dirty mindset. They didn't pay. They had to be forced to pay just a little over half. Hospitals are not paying. So this big man here is saying, why is paying for power so painful? I have been trying so far without success to understand what the issue is with us Ghanaians and electricity. Dash it away. It's not only electricity, big man. Not only electricity. Our presidents go for loans and they are so irresponsible with the money they go for. All the money we raise in this country, we use 70% of that to service loans. And that is even nowhere near the magnitude of money we owe. Traffic rules, we are not ready to abide by. It's about who you know. Even when you fail all your papers, you will still get the best school to attend because the headmaster's brothers, sisters, cousins, uncle is your father. Why? And when the clergy, some of them try to come out and be different and speak the mind of God, some people get angry. They will transfer you. Sometimes they will threaten you. But the clergy is supposed to break away from politics. Speak the mind of God. Speak what is affecting the people. It doesn't matter which politician is head. You are speaking the mind of God because the voice of the people is the voice of God. I want to leave it here. Yes, I want to leave it here. Be responsible. You want to go to America. If they were behaving like you wouldn't want to go there. China, Japan. Make Ghana the America that you want to live in. My name is Blakk Rasta. I appreciate you. The curtain call is coming in. It's a wrap. Hey! Wayo!